I hope you're good. Of course, welcome to Friday afternoon Read with Sweet Pea. I am, of course, Sweet Pea, and we always start out the Friday by putting on the most comfortable here. We're gonna put this on. Ooh, get all comfy and cozy. Whatever you got to do to get comfy and cozy for you, make sure you got your water, because from my understanding, this book is going to be a doozy. Okay? Is fixing to be a doozy. So let me buckle on up. Hello to everyone that is joining. My name is Sweet Pea, and we are starting our February book of the month. It is The Blood Angel by Tia Fanning. It's a contemporary Gothic romance. So we are here for it. For those of you guys joining on TikTok, author Tia Fanning is on TikTok. So if you want to look at more things that that author offers, more than welcome. But I have not started this book yet. Every Friday we'll be breaking it up into chapters. This time we'll be reading chapter 1 through 7. And then obviously from there we'll go, 7 to 4 or 8 to 14, etc., etc. So I am extremely excited to be with you guys. I will say with this book, check your trigger warnings, okay? Because my understanding of this book is that from the premise itself, we're talking about a girl that unalived herself. So, self harm, things like that are going to be triggers for you. This may not be the book for you. It is dark, but there's some spiciness to it from my understanding. I got it off of Amazon. It was available. It's not available on Kindle Unlimited, but it was only $6 for me to buy it for my Kindle. That's also offered in paperback and hardback. So I am extremely excited to begin reading with you guys. You know how to go. Every chapter when I'm done reading every chapter, we'll kind of do a loose description of what happened in that chapter. You guys know I use my clicker, so something else I got off of Amazon. And then this is the book cover. If you can see it, it's the book cover that you see up top, which is of a girl that's kind of covered in blood but has angel wings. And she's gorgeous. She's freaking gorgeous. So we're here for it. Like I said, I have not started. I will read to you guys. Let me get in a comfortable spot. You got to figure out what's going to be comfortable today. Let me see. Okay. So I'll read to you guys really quick, like the triggers. Um, so this is the book description. After committing an unaliving of oneself, I find myself in an earthly purgatory, trapped in a Gothic mansion by the sea. My captor is a mysterious man I only know as the Gentleman. I do not know if I'm truly alive or unalive. All I know is that I must obey or suffer the consequences under his hand. Is he an angel sent to save me? Is he a demon meant to punish me? Or is he just a man who wishes to master me completely, mind, body, and soul? Okay. And then, of course, our trigger warning. So we've got unaliving ideation is a theme in the story, obviously, because that's part of it. The author states that this is part of their therapy, writing the story. It's very therapeutic for them, but it may not be for some that this could be a trigger for. And then obviously other triggers in this book is going to be non or dubious consent, corporal punishment, edge play, bondage, medical play, blood play, degradation. And then some of the tropes are alpha anti-hero, villain lore, billionaire romance, captive heroine, stalking, abduction, forced proximity, power dynamics, and polyamory. Okay. So that's what we're getting ourselves into. Y'all go grab this book if you're interested in reading it with me. And then, of course, for anybody that is struggling with mental health issues and you need a hotline, you know that if you press 988, That'll get you the hotline, at least here in the US. And then if you do 988lifeline.org, you can also get to talk with someone. So just know that that's available if this triggers you in any way. And you can text 988 too. That's what it says in the book. I did not know that. The dedication says, for those who know this battle too well. All right. So let's get our music going, and we're going to read chapter 1. After every chapter, I'm going to come in, check in with you guys, kind of do a brief overview of the chapter, and then we'll move on. And we're reading chapters 1 through 7 today. So we'll end on chapter 8. So let's get our music going. Hold, please. Let me get the music going on the other. Here we go. All right. I think we're ready, friends. Let me put my feet up. You know, you gotta get comfy. Let me put my feet up and get ready. And then I'm on, there we go. Oh, that's good. If y'all don't have y'all a clicker or a stand and you have a Kindle, I recommend it. Okay, here we go. Yeah. 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 Wow. Yeah. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm already tearing up. um, just because I've been here and it's not so long ago. You know, it feels like even now I'm here. And It's the way it's being described is like, yep, that's it. That's exactly it, you know? So I'm already kind of tearing up. It's getting me already. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Whew. Yeah. Okay. What? Oh no. Oh no. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So I am done with chapter one. um, interesting to say the least. We kind of learn. Actually, we don't know our main character's name yet, so we don't know our main female character's name. We do learn about her history with depression and that she's not feeling like she can go on. We learned that. We learned that she lives in this building that has doormen and that up top is a penthouse. We learned that she's began selling her assets, so her paintings, because she's an artist, and any other assets that she gained. We also learned that this book takes place after the pandemic that happened in 2020. And so most of her family members passed during that time. And so she's kind of alone. We learned that she has a boyfriend, um, but she's numb to the entire thing. She's numb to the idea of continuing. And that tonight's going to be the night that she decides to no longer continue. But in the midst of it being her night, she got liquor for herself. She got her last meal. She got everything. And the man that owns the penthouse up top, this is where it gets a little weird for me. Like, to be honest, I mean, I guess maybe we'll learn a little bit more, but like, she doesn't know the man's name. She calls him she's like this gentleman. She doesn't know the man's name, but he asks her, "Hey, are you alone tonight? Because by the way, it's Valentine's Day." And she's like, "Yeah," she shows her bottle, but randomly when she's getting ready to get off of her on her floor, he grabs her arm and pulls her back into the elevator. And to me, that's super intimate. Like, for someone that you don't know their name, even if you're just neighbors, for you to pull me back into the elevator and, like, I don't know your name, you don't know my name. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if those types of things really happen. You know what I mean? So I don't know how to feel about it because I'm like, does that really happen? Does this beautiful, amazing billionaire really pull you back into an elevator when he finds out you're alone on Valentine's Day? Like, I don't know. But that's pretty much what we've learned so far. Let me update because we're getting ready to read chapter 2. I'm now reading chapter 2. Okay. And then I will update this as well over here. If you're just now joining, Welcome in to Friday Read with Me. I am Sweet Pea. My name is Pam, and I pick a book of the month to read every Friday. I break it. Oh, geez Louise. My bad, homies. Every Friday, I break the book into 4 parts, or however many Fridays there are in that month. And every Friday, we read, 1/4 of it, and we talk about it. And I do a general overview. And if you want to read along, you're more than welcome. You want to catch up, you're more than welcome. This book is available on Amazon, not Kindle Unlimited, but it is available in Kindle form, so ebook, and I bought it off of Amazon. It also has a paperback and a hardback. And the author, Tia Fanning, has a TikTok account. I don't know if she has a YouTube account, but more than welcome to go and follow the author there. And if you're here and you're on TikTok, would love for you to hit some hearts. That would be great. And follow. And then if you're on YouTube, a subscription would be great, because I do these every Friday. And then obviously I also do author interviews, and I play games like The Sims and things like that. So um, I try my best to do all the fun things and all the cool content. So now we are ready for chapter 2. Let me get our music back up and running. All right, we ready? Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to shake the. I did not mean to shake. Let me adjust, because y'all know each time I gotta adjust somehow. Let me adjust. Okay. Chapter 2. Let's go that way. Here we go. Hmm. gonna get some blushing. I'm gonna blush. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be the good girl for me. It'd be the good girl. When I hit a good girl, the blush get to coming. Oh my gosh. When I hear the good girl. Yes, I'm aware. It's fine. Okay. Yeah. See, you did it again. You're a good girl, aren't you? Sir, yes, I am. Yes, I am. My goodness. Mm. Hmm. Oh. Facts. that is my continuous glucose monitor beeping. So I'm gonna take a sip of water, kind of bring it down. Okay. Chapter 2 is done. I mean, obviously, I told you guys about the good girl. So, you know, it's just, I guess, the transition, right, is a little difficult for me to grasp. Um, from this girl who's lonely, who's sad, who has made this choice that today is going to be the last day that she lives on this earth, to go from that to being in a stranger's house and like flirting and doing things like that. It's just a little odd. But also, I mean, when you've made up your mind, you almost feel more alive, if that makes sense, because you know that there's no tomorrow. Simple. There's no tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about how I'm going to feel about the actions that I do today because there is no tomorrow. So I do understand that kind of part of it, you know, but reading it, it's different. The transition is really different, if that makes sense. It's extremely different. So that was chapter 2. I don't know if you guys are reading along with me, but we are 10% done with the book already. So that was pretty good. We are, and I meant to turn down the music. I forgot while I talk. I meant to turn down the music, so I'm not competing. Oh, excuse me. Um, we are getting ready to start reading chapter 3. Look like chapter 3 will take like 10 minutes, so that's not bad. I'm gonna update everything. Now reading chapter 3. And for those that are watching on the red play button app, if you are liking what you're seeing and you're enjoying reading with me, I would love a like and I would love a subscription. That would be awesome. For those that are over on the clock app, any hearts, if you could tap the screen, tap, 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 that'll give hearts that are like likes. You can tap it as many times as you want. If you're in here and you're hanging out, if you're thinking about getting this book or you just want like an overview of it, I'm pretty much, giving that to you. And like I said, we'll be here until we finish chapter 7. So we're moseying on along. But yeah, and I would love a follow over on the clock app. So if you're able to do that, that would be great if you're interested in seeing any of my other content. It is now time for us to do chapter 3. Press 3, chapter 3. We still do not have a name for our main character. We do not have a name for the male character that is now in the mix. We also don't have any descriptions on how anyone look. And for me, a description is kind of important because I make these characters in a video game called The Sims, and then I play out the story on the Purple app, where I stream. Well, where I will stream tonight at 10 p.m. Central U.S. Central Time. So I'm still kind of looking for that description, but to be honest, we may never get it. And I think that that might be because, again, once you've made that decision, once you said, you know what, this is going to be my last day, um, those things don't matter. So much does not matter once you've made that decision. So, turn back up our music. And again, welcome in to Afternoon Read with me with Sweet Pea. I'm Sweet Pea. You can also call me Pam, and we are reading The Blood Angel, a contemporary romance, Gothic romance. All right, I'm gonna readjust again. Always adjusting, always adjusting. So may readjust, and I may also brighten a moment because I'd like it just a tad bit brighter. No. Okay. All right, here's to chapter 3. Gonna come down and over. Sometimes it just gotta like, I don't know. Oh, oh my. Mm. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Chapter 3 is done. I think I'm starting to learn a little bit more about the stranger, the gentleman. Um, Mind you, our main character, I'm thinking her name is actually Angel. The only reason why I say that is that's what the gentleman calls her. Now, it could be one of those things where you call someone Angel or Sweetie or something like that, but every time he says it, it's capitalized, which makes me think her name is actually Angel. So, I don't know. We'll see. But that's what he's calling her. She still has no name for him. She has not completed the steps, to make this her last day. And just by him being him, he has ignited a part of her that she didn't know existed anymore, the part of her that was clouded by her depression. So her libido and things like that. So that's kind of where we're at. He did walk her down to her apartment and he's leaving. So, or he left. So nothing super physical or anything has happened between the two of them. Just her kind of talking to herself about how she felt like she's extremely eccentric and that it's been hard for her to find a partner that satisfies that need and want and doesn't think her to be weak. So, that's pretty much it. That was chapter 3. Oh, I forgot again to turn down the music. Y'all, your girl be tripping. Okay? But yeah, that was chapter 3. It definitely gave me some blushing. I definitely blushed a little. Um, the reason why we haven't seen what the gentleman looks like is because our main character has what's called like an anxiety blindness, which means that like even though you're looking at something, you don't really see it because you're so riddled with anxiety, you can't really truly make it out. Does that make sense? And I've had that myself where I'm like so anxious where I can't even hear or see well, just because you can't, because you're stuck in anxiety. So, um, we are almost halfway done for today because we'll be on chapter 4, and we're going to 7. So I think I would consider that almost halfway done. Um, Hold on one second. Let me. No, still. Well, you know what? It's okay. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome. Okay, let me update where we are reading. We're now reading chapter 4. And then if you're over and with me on the red play button app and you're enjoying anything, subscribe for free. You're more than welcome to do that if you feel inclined. And then the like button. Again, this is something we'll be reading this book all the whole month of February on Friday afternoons. So just keep, afternoon open where between 1 and 4 p.m. U.S. Central Time. I can't give a guarantee. It just all depends. But listen. And then if you're on the Clock app, thank you so much for sticking around. Again, this book is available on Amazon, hardback, paperback, and Kindle. I'm reading the Kindle version of the book. We are now 13% of the way done with the book, chapter 4, and yeah. So, turning back up the music. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. So we're now on chapter 4. I will say that I'm just trying to see what's going to be most comfortable. I will say that the description of the anxiety is on point. So, I mean, for most, at least for my anxiety. So, it is on point, and I appreciate it. So, here we go, chapter 4. Happy reading. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shake the camera, and I know that that's what's gonna happen. Oh, there we go. I just needed to get comfortable. There we go. Got it. I got it. I'm gonna highlight that because I think that's something that people don't pay attention to. Um, yeah. And I don't know if it's appropriate for me to read it. I think it'll be okay. I'll read it because I've already told you what the book is about. So, um, it's the beginning of chapter 4, literally the first couple sentences. It was an almost supernatural peace that enveloped your spirit once you've accepted the truth of your imminent demise. There was no fear of the unknown, no anger at the unfairness of life, no regrets or worries. Things left unaccomplished no longer mattered. In the face of all that mattered was the journey forward. The rest was only the fodder of existentialism. I found it comforting. Oh, well, I got something in my eye. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. That is kind of how it is, legitimately. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna go up. Trying to find comfortableness. My eyes also not the greatest. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, something is like legitimately in my eye. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm highlighting that. Yeah. Come on, give it to me. There we go. Yeah. I was simply too sensitive for this world. There was no joy existing in a place with so much suffering. Oh my goodness, that's intense. That was intense. So, our main character has completed the action that makes it so that this is her last day on Earth. Um, and the action is actually the picture in the book. So it's snowing outside. So she made snow angels after using the blade on her arms. So the picture makes sense. And I mean, we're just 60% in and the picture makes sense. So that's pretty cool. It wasn't so hard to read, I will say that. Not for me at least, considering. It just yeah. So the last thing that she felt like she fell asleep, like, during the pain while she's excreting, you know, her fluids from her body. She kind of fell asleep. She feels like she fell asleep, and she dreamt of the man and him kind of standing over her body like, Angel, you should have told me. So basically, you should have told me that you were hurting. You should have told me that this was the day that you chose. You should have told me, stuff like that. So that's where we're at. Oh my gosh. It wasn't hard to read. It was, yeah, yeah. She made up her mind. She made up her mind. And yeah. I mean, there's not much else we can say, There's not much else to say. Um, Now, my understanding is this is where the book is going to pick up, because we read the first 4 chapters was about why she's choosing today to be her last day on earth, meeting the gentleman upstairs in the penthouse, having a little bit of hope because of him, but then realizing that once you've made your mind up, you've made your mind up, So, woo! Intense. Definitely intense. Definitely check them trigger warnings, y'all. But beautifully written. So far, at least. Beautifully written. So now we're on to chapter 5. So we're more than halfway done with the amount of chapters that we're going to be reading today. We're going to go to chapter 7 and basically make it to the beginning of chapter 8. And we'll pick up chapter 8 next week. So we're now reading chapter 5. And yes, again, welcome to everyone that is popping in on both the red play button app and those that are popping in on the tickety tockety clockety app. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, or you're enjoying seeing my live reactions, or you're reading with me, or you're just hanging out, pressing that heart will give me more likes, which will give me more exposure to other people that may be interested in this book. Don't forget that author Tia Fanning is the username on the clock app of this author of this book, that writes Gothic dark romances. And so this book can be picked up at Amazon, both hardback, softcover, and the Kindle editions are on Amazon. So now we're going to go ahead and read chapter 5. Um, and like I said, we're almost halfway there. I mean, we're more than halfway there. So here is to chapter 5. Oh, wait. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Oh, so sorry. Okay. Alright. And this chapter should take us 9 minutes. So Here we go. Chapter 5. Hmm. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay, I'm here. Stop it. Oh no. I don't even know that term. Hmm. Prosopagnosia? I'm not familiar with that term. I would love to know. Wait. Ah! I lost it. Hold on. Here it is. No, I would like to like. Oh, it says inability to recognize the faces of familiar people, typical as a result of damage to the brain. Got you. It's prosopagnosia. 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 Okay. That's a new word. For me at least. I'm gonna go back. I'm sorry. I'm gonna highlight that just because I want to come back to that word. Okay, I'm here. Oh my. Hmm. Okay. Chapter 5 finished. Um So our girl wakes up and she's in a strange place. Welcome in to anyone that's new in. My name is Sweet Pea. You can call me Pam, and I take a book per month, and I read it every Friday. Break it up into 4 parts, sometimes 5 Fridays, and we read it together. So the book that we're reading this month for February is called The Blood Angel, which is a contemporary Gothic romance. And it works for the letter B on my A to Z challenge. So it actually ended up working really well. It's Valentine's Day month, or, you know, the month of love. And it's a contemporary Gothic romance. So it worked out perfectly. But chapter 5, our girl wakes up after making the picture that we see in the book, which is the cutting of herself and making angels in the snow with her body and her blood. She wakes up, she sees that she still has the cuts, but they're all like healed. She's in the same white dress that she was in when she chose that day to be her last day on earth. And she starts like looking around. She's in like this medieval Gothic room. And all of a sudden she turns around near the fireplace. There, right in front of the fireplace, is the gentleman. The gentleman from her apartment. And she starts to try to ask him questions, and he's like, before you ask me anything, you're going to need to get on your knees. And he doesn't mean it in any other type of way, but what he means is you're going to have to submit. And so she gets on her knees, she submits, and she asks some questions, he answers, and then he's like, okay, now it's time for me to feed you. So technically she's captive, right? Because she was hoping no longer to be here on this earth. She doesn't know if she's on this earth. She asked him, and he said, she's like, am I unalived? And he's like, yes, to everyone in the world, you're unalived. And so that's not really a yes. That's more so like everyone thinks you're unalived. Is she captive? Is this the afterlife? What is this? That's the question. What is this? So yeah, that's pretty much the synopsis of chapter 5. Let me update because we are now getting ready to read chapter 6. And mind you, I am doing a very, very loose, now if you have any questions about what I'm saying, I'll answer them, but I'm doing a very, very loose synopsis, hoping that you guys will read it or read it along with me, catch up by next week so that we can read it together and like be like, girl, or man, listen, or wow, that was wild. Because it's been a wild road, and we're only 19% of the way done, and it's been a wild road. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little while, but it's really good. It's really well written so far, for sure. All right, music is back on, my loves, and again, welcome in. If you're new in, pressing your screen on the Tickety Tockety app will give me likes, which would be awesome. You could go ahead and also follow. I have a road to 300 there. I've been kind of working kind of hard on TikTok trying to get close on that. And then if you're on the red play button app, a subscription would be great, and also a like of this live. I go live every Friday afternoon, the afternoon here in the US in Central Time, and we'll be reading this book all February. So I'll give you time to catch up. You'll know what chapters we'll be reading together next week. All right. Now, for me to get comfy again, I think I'm going to put this foot up. This foot's acting a little funny. If I put it up like that, then maybe I just... I don't know. I'm gonna lean back. Okay. Yeah, so I can put the footer. Got it. All right. Chapter 6. Y'all, I think I'm gonna build this Gothic house. So I'm gonna just write down some of the things that she's saying. So the dining space has a round table that's wood. It's set for two. There's a chandelier. Gothic decor. Fireplace. And the table is set. So table is set. Table setting. He has a butler, but I don't have what it takes to have the butler, so I don't have to worry about that. Welcome in to anyone that is just joining. We are reading chapter 6 of The Blood Angel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow. Oh. Mm. Yeah. I own the building? Of course he does. Of course he owns the building. Mm. So he is a CEO. So he's a CEO. So in business, pharmaceutical business is what he's saying. Wants to know if I'm still live, and I am. I'm here still. The clock app has asked if I'm still live. I'm still live. So the building used to be a church. So it used to be a church. It's no longer a church. It's got a carriage house. Okay. Chapter 7 chapter 6 is done. Um, so in this chapter, we do kind of find out what he did. So she completed what she needed to do for her own unaliving, and we found out he owns the building. The camera saw what she was doing, called him. He captures her, saves her, and brings her to this estate. There used to be an old church that he has bought and made a home. He has a butler who is someone who uses sign language for communication due to the lack of hearing, and everyone back where she was just think that she's no longer alive, and therefore they had a ceremony, not ceremony, well, I mean, you could call it a ceremony, but a funeral. They had a funeral for her and everything. Her boyfriend, the one we knew who was cheating on her, etc., etc., narcissist, made it all about him, put on a real good show, but nobody else, because most of her family had passed on during the pandemic. So, yeah, that's kind of what we learned. We learned a little bit more about the structure of the house, what it looks like, things like that. He feeds her the whole time. He tells her how it's basically going to go, that if he's not there, the butler is there to take care of her, and that she's supposed to respect the butler just as she would him. So he's kind of laying down the ground rules of it. But we do know that there's nothing fantasy about this. Like, she did do the unaliving, but did not get to the point to where she's actually not alive. He saved her life. So, but everyone in where she's from thinks that she is no longer alive. So that is kind of what we've learned. Again, beautifully written, just beautiful. Those that are on the Clock app, this is author Tia Fanning, double N, so Fanning. And they have a profile on the Clock app that you can follow them on over there. They do a lot of romance and I think dark romance books. So let me update everything. We're now reading chapter 7. This is our last chapter of the night. Next 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So next week, we're going to start with chapter 8 and read chapters 8 through 13. So if you want to catch up, that gives you 7 days, or so to read 7 chapters, maybe a chapter a day to catch up so that on Friday, you're ready to start with chapter 8. But we are getting ready to start chapter 7. Again, if you're joining on the Play Button app, Red Play Button app, a subscription would be great. A like of the live. And if you're on the clock app, a like, pressing the screen will give likes, and it will help exposure. And then obviously I'm still doing the road to 300 followers. So if you give me a like over on that app, that would be amazing. We will be back every Friday for this particular book in February and more books in the future. All right, y'all, let's read this last chapter for the night. Turn back up our music. And I've updated everything. Let me get comfy. Where is the clicker? Got it. Okay. It says this one should take about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes. I got it. It's here. I'm going to scooch back just a little bit because I brought this forward. Kind of like that. Okay. Here's to chapter 7. My water's all gone. Whoop. There's a library. There's a foyer. Wait. Kitchen is vintage. Vintage kitchen. There's a small library. Art supplies are in the library. small garden. Oh, oh shit. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, a graveyard. Tall, dark, and cycle. Y'all. So this man a little crazy. He a little crack crack. He flipped on her like a drop of like a drop of a dime. Literally flipped on her. She was being introduced to whatever, to everything um, in the house. She saw the conservatory, flowers, and was like, "Ooh, wolfsbane, deadly." And he was just like, "Oh, I can trust you." And she was like, "To be honest, probably not." And he grabbed her and okay, so he got a little bit of a dark side. So the darkness in the dark romance is not just the ambiance of the Gothic um, castle or house mansion, but also of the man. He's dark and probably morally gray because he captured her. You know, he he's morally gray for sure. That's definitely morally gray. Tonight at 10 p.m. US Central Time, I will be live on the Purple app where I will be creating these characters in The Sims 4 and probably building this house as well. And that's what I'll do. And it's called Boozy Book Talk. I will have a question of the night and we will be having adult beverages and enjoying some cozy gameplay. So you can definitely catch me there. Over there, the link should be in my bio, but over there, my name is Sweet Pea. Pretty much same as it is here without the simming and reader part. I will see you guys back Friday, so that we can begin with chapter 8. I am super excited. We are 27% way done with the book. It's beautifully written so far. I'm shocked. I am drawn in. It's beautiful. So I hope to see you guys then. Thank you guys for sticking with me and staying with me. I truly appreciate you. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.